Hi, it's Cammy. Charlie talks football.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Charlie Talks Football. Welcome back to another video. Now, sorry guys, it has been delayed this video because I've been doing work experience, and then I've been spending about an hour basically trying to find my AirPods and my TV control because I lost that. So that was quite stressful. So that's why, this video's coming out so late. But let's get into the video because there is finally some positive news going on with Newcastle. So if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for all the recent support on all the videos. I really appreciate that. And anyway, guys, let's get into it. Now, reports are coming out, unconfirmed reports that Newcastle's £55 million bid that were put in for Elanga yesterday, Fabrizio Romano did report that. But Martin Hardy is now reporting that that bid has apparently been accepted by Nottingham Forest. Now, I don't know if this is 100% true because I've seen a lot of YouTubers doing videos on it, but no reliable source has so far said that the offer has been, accepted. All Fabrizio Romano said, and, by the way, I trust Fabrizio Romano, all he said is that a bid has gone in, but not yet been accepted by Nottingham Forest. So maybe this deal isn't as close as some people think, but I still think it'll happen. I think Elanga will be a great signing. Obviously, he knows Isak well. He'll be a big upgrade on Jacob Murphy. No disrespect to him, but he'd certainly help out with that. And what are your thoughts on the potential fee being 55 million? Do you think that's too much for Elanga now? To be honest, I've seen a lot of people saying that it is too much, but I don't think it's too bad because you think of the amount of money that Premier League footballers are going for now, and you look at like Cunha going to Man United. I think that was like 60 million, and Buemo going for like 70 or 80 million possibly. So I don't think 55's that bad for Elanga. And of course, if we really want to sign players this window, we've got to pay the money that teams want, because if we don't, then we're simply, we can't afford to not sign any players this summer. So we're gonna have to pay the money that teams want, whether we as fans think, it's a lot of money or not. So I'm pretty excited. It looks like there's gonna be a breakthrough on that. It looks like the player is keen on joining Newcastle. You've seen that he's been linking up with William Osula quite a lot on TikTok, like dancing and stuff. So I think the player's clearly sending out a message that he wants to go to Newcastle. So what are your thoughts on that situation? Let's hope we sign Elanga, and it's clear that Eddie Howe definitely wants him, and I want him because I think it would be a smart signing for Newcastle because of how good he has done last season, and just because of the fact of what he brings to Newcastle, pace, fits in with our direct play as well to track back. And also make sure to check out the video I've done, the deep dive I've done on Anthony Elanga if you want to, learn more about why the player might be a perfect fit for Newcastle, because that's a really good video where I go into a bit more depth as to why, Elanga would be a good signing, or to why is he may not be able to fit into Newcastle system. So please check that out. So enough of me talking. Let's go on to the next bit of transfer information now. This involves Scalvini, the Atalanta centre back. I've mentioned this a lot of times. Newcastle are definitely interested. Got some more updates regarding that. Matteo Moreiros came out and said that Newcastle are seriously interested in Scalvini. He's our top target at centre back. We see him as a fantastic long-term replacement for Dan Burn and Fabian Shaw. And I think Scalvini would be great. I'm not going to pretend I've seen loads of him. I play a lot of Football Manager. I've seen a lot of him on there. He's a very good player. He can play CDM, centre back. I know he's had a long-term injury, but he was one of the top young centre backs in world football until he ended up picking up that injury. So hopefully that means Newcastle would get him on a cheaper price. And I think this journalist who's reporting this is actually friends with Fabrizio Romano, and he is Italian, which is why I think these reports are reliable. And it does look like Newcastle will try and sign Scalvini by next week. So things are starting to become very, very exciting, because I think, Scalvini would be a fantastic signing. One of them players who could be part of our defence for a long, long time. And of course, if Elanga gets done, I'll be really pleased with that. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this update on transfer news. I will keep you posted on all the latest Newcastle United transfer news. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like, get your comments down below. Once again, if you subscribe, it really helps the channel out. I want to do this full time. I'm trying to get 2,000 subscribers, so just keep giving your support, guys, and in return, I'll make sure to keep you updated, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.